Hi, I'm Madonna Guy, and I've been a naturopath and kinesiologist and massage therapist for over 28 years, 29, I don't know, it's been a long time. And I've only been using ASEA and Redox Signalling Molecules in my clinic for about a year and a half, but it's been quite interesting. And part of what made me get into it was my shoulder. So I'd had shoulder pain fairly consistently for a couple of years. And even though I'd managed to sort out a frozen shoulder on my opposite shoulder, quite a few years ago, I kept expecting this one to disappear, but it just didn't. So when I started using the Renu28, it was sort of interesting because I would make sure I would use a generous amount and I would sort of rub it on, and I would do across the whole area, because by this stage, after a couple of years of shoulder pain, you can imagine it was my neck, it was my shoulders, it was entirely across here that was so compressed and congested that I sort of felt like if I sort of used it on that whole area before I went to bed, I would get some relief. And funnily enough, I did start sleeping a bit better. And certainly within a few months, I stopped waking up because of shoulder pain in the middle of the night, which was awesome because that had been like, I can't even remember now, 2.5 years straight or something like that. But before that, I hadn't actually got a good night's sleep in years. But with my shoulder pain, what I ended up realizing every time, and I didn't see therapists very often because, I've got a massage therapist in my clinic, Renu28 so I would see her. And occasionally I would go see a kinesiologist as well in the distance, and then eventually a chiropractor, just to make sure there was nothing really, structurally out of balance that was holding it at bay. But at least once I started using the Renu28, the redox signaling molecules, I could feel a change, which was really awesome. And then at some stage, I sort of really kicked into this. So I started using it about 60 mils morning and night, which is sort of like the base dose if you don't have anything wrong with you. So a 4-pack lasts you about a month. But then because of my shoulder, I sort of thought, right, I really want to get this under control. So I chose to take about half a bottle a day. So choosing to spend about $25 a day on myself. And basically at that level, I started sleeping more deeply than I had in 15 years, which was interesting. And what I sort of ended up finding was that I started managing my weight much more easily than I had in a long, long time. So that was just a really nice bonus. But it's sort of been interesting. I do a lot of physical work in my work, and I am really working hard to detoxify, which of course this helps with, because it helps to renew, regenerate, and detoxify every cell it touches. It's one of those things from the naturopathic perspective. We think about shoulders. And there's no lymph in the shoulder. So because there's nothing taking the toxins out, when we sleep, our lymph really just settles in the tissues of the body. So we really need to be moving stuff, and it's exercise, it's yoga, it's meditation, it's deep breathing, it's skin brushing. These are the sort of things that move the circulation in the body. And when we're not doing those, then the toxins can build up in the joints. They can build up in the muscles. They can build up in the nerves. So we've got to be moving things to get the energy going. So it was really interesting to me that without a lot of those things, this started keeping me under control. But absolutely, I was sort of rubbing it on that couple of times, because you really want to be getting 3 applications in 5 minutes. And that's the amount that's been proven clinically to be increasing that circulation by at least 50%. Bloody awesome.